Tyrell Malacia has come out and recommended Cody Gakpo signing to Erik ten Hag and the board of Manchester United, obviously coming out and saying that us signing him is really going to be something great for the club of Manchester United. The other story you're talking about is David De Gea talking about what United has been going in through ever since that very, very bad start of the season. You remember it, losing 2 consecutive games, and people came out and hit back at Erik ten Hag, but Ten Hag went ahead to prove them wrong that United is really one of those teams that can really make a very huge turnaround in the Premier League and the entire competition of the Premier League. And secondly, we are talking about Wayne Rooney coming out and talking about Marcus Rashford, a player that has taken part into the fourth game of the World Cup, and obviously he has played some 25 minutes in that game of football. He had a chance that was not even a 30 out of 100, but he obviously managed to turn it around to situation that really puts it in the back of the net, but obviously he didn't get that to do the needful for the club, which goes by the names of Manchester United. So let's wait and see what United is going to be like, but very many players have gone ahead to go to the round of to the quarterfinal, especially those of Manchester United, Rafael Varane, Marcus Rashford, there is Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw. And tomorrow, I think Portugal is having a goal, and let's wait to see whether Dalot and Bruno Fernandes are really going to go on and make it to the quarterfinals, because Dalot is going to start for Portugal because Nuno Mendes got an injury. What does that mean? Cancelo is going to play as the left back, and obviously Diego Dalot is going to play as the right back for a team which goes by the names of Portugal. So he's going to have a very good goal into that game of football. The other one is Messi versus Lisandro Martinez. They are going to face Martinez is also already in the semi-finals, and obviously in the quarterfinals, and Tyrell Malacia is also in the quarterfinals. That is Netherlands versus Argentina, another game of football that is all about winning. Right now, there is a story coming in from The Athletic. They've quoted one of the boys of United, known as Tyrell Malacia, on Cody Gakpo and potential top move to January, especially to Manchester United. He had the following to say, and that is Tyrell Malacia. Tyrell Malacia, remember, he plays for the Dutch national team and with Cody Gakpo, and his reply was, Cody Gakpo is good enough for the top, there is no doubt. So what other recommendation would you like to hear from your fellow player who plays for Manchester United, a team that we support, other than this? This is the best of a recommendation for the club. 1. Ten Hag is already in good books with the board. Every player that he signed at the club has been so much useful and pivotal to the season that we're having at Manchester United. Tyrell Malacia, Lisandro Martinez, Anthony, Eriksson, and Casemiro. And let's talk about those players that came in from Eredivisie, because Eredivisie was one of the leagues that people were coming out and criticizing a lot, that players from the Divisie won't come out and hit the ground running in the Premier League. But Ten Hag has changed the course of the tide. Now everything is in his right way. Cody Gakpo is not a doubt whether he's going to function at United or not, but he is really a proven player even in the World Cup. And even Tyrell Malacia, a fellow player who was playing the Eredivisie, who came at United and hit the ground running at 15 million euros from Feyenoord to Manchester United, has also come out and said this player is good enough for the top, and there is no doubt. If at all you've been doubting him, or you've been a dubious person, or doubting Thomas for who Cody Gakpo is and what he can apply on the field of play at Manchester United, obviously the right answer was given to you in the first games he played into the World Cup. And that game that they beat USA, the first goal, if at all you see how he does the hold-up play, and he holds that ball to find out a pass to Dumfries, and Dumfries went in a cutback that found Memphis Depay to hit the ball in the back of the net, it finally confirms to you that this guy can lead the line. Because very many people were out there doubting that Cody Gakpo is not a typical number 9. We need a typical number 9 who is really clinical and having a killer instinct. But the modern game of football has changed. To bring you up to speed, Man City has won the previous 2 Premier League titles without a clinical centre forward. You get? They've won it because they've been having a dynamic front 3 that has been scoring goals. So I believe Cody Gakpo is even better. Before they brought in Haaland and Kun Aguero departed, they had no centre forward at that level of Cody Gakpo as far as finishing is concerned, or being clinical in front of goal is concerned. This boy is clinical. He has not had very many shots on target, by the way, but almost every shot he has directed on target in the World Cup has crossed the goal line and has earned Netherlands the first goal of the game. And obviously, it was only in this game of football that the opening goal for the Netherlands never came in from Cody Gakpo. But for the game of Senegal, he came in with a brush. For the game of Wales, he came in and hit the ball with the right foot. And in the game of Ecuador, he came in and hit with the right foot. So Cody Gakpo is really a player that is proven. And I urge to see to it that this player comes at Manchester United to play for us, because he's the kind of player that we need at the club of Manchester United. And let no one lie to you that he's not the kind of player we need. We need him. We need him. Right now, we cannot spend huge to go out and buy in the likes of João Felix, because they'll call for like 100 million euros and so on and so forth. But that can come in the summer for us to go for like an Osimhen, a Vlahovic, a Hurricane, and also go in for the Ivan Tonys of this world, who are going to cost in lots of money. Maybe another centre forward that Ten Hag is going to look at, maybe Jonathan David, and very many others that are really banging in goals for fun all over the European top tier league. But for the January transfer window, we need to get in a player who is really affordable for now. And Cody Gakpo comes in through to solve problems that we need to get solved as soon as possible at Manchester United. And I believe he's going to find it easy to fit in our club than any other club. Now, after Tyrell Malacia coming out and endorsing the assignment of Cody Gakpo, guess what? A rival known as Virgil van Dijk came out and dissed United and Real Madrid. In his own words, this is what Virgil van Dijk said. He poured water onto United and Real Madrid when he was asked about whether United and Real Madrid are linked to Gakpo and whether Gakpo is ready for a high-profile challenge. Hear this rant. He said, "Are Manchester United and Real Madrid the same level at this moment? No disrespect, not at all. I think he definitely has a next step in him." So he was dissing United over Real Madrid, asking a question that obviously let all put United down. But Mr. Virgil van Dijk, I would like to let you know that when Erik ten Hag came in here, he said that every era comes to an end. And if at all there is a team that is struggling and going down, it's Liverpool in the Premier League. United is on the rise. According to how we performed last season, we are performing better. I believe last season, the first 14 games, we had not clinched 26 points, not so. But right now, Liverpool, they were far way much better than how they are today, and they're a struggling side, though Virgil van Dijk doesn't want to admit. And I think he did that because he knows that United and Liverpool are having a very big beef that resulted way back, not even before the football came into place. It was all about Liverpool having the only cost that could let in goods to Manchester easily, and that's where the battle really came in from. And then it extended its arm onto the footballing bit of football, and with that rivalry, 20 league titles for United, 19 for Liverpool. He wouldn't like a player like Cody Gakpo to join Manchester United because he knows what it means. If you look at Manchester United right now, if Cody Gakpo comes in with the rate at which he's scoring goals, in 27 matches this season, he has scored 17 goals and created 18 assists. 35 goal involvements. That is a man who goes by the names of Cody Gakpo. And you now know what it means, why Virgil van Dijk is really downplaying United for this transfer. It's simple and it's known all over the world because we are a force to reckon with, and they know how terrible we are every time we get in players like Cody Gakpo. Because when you bring in Cody Gakpo at Manchester United, it's like you are securing yourself for the next future. It's like you are safe for the future. That's it. You are 100% safe, and that puts you into a perfect position to come out And that puts you in a perfect position to come out and find the way to stardom or to the lost glory. That's why Virgil van Dijk is downplaying United, and he doesn't want Cody Gakpo to come to Manchester United because they know what it means. Last year, when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was here, even if we signed good players, these other teammates of the teams that we are competing with were silent. Do you know why? They knew that the manager we had was not at the level to take us to the level we are supposed to be. That's it. And they're happy there. You get? Even when we were losing at Liverpool, they were singing, the fans of Liverpool were singing Ole on the Wheel. Do you know why? They never wanted us to sack a manager who was ill at his skills or who had ill skills at the management, and they never wanted us to bring in a manager at the level of Jurgen Klopp, Arteta, and Pep Guardiola or Thomas Tuchel. But when we bring in these managers like Erik ten Hag, they now know that if at all he gets Cody Gakpo, it's a different game solution altogether. So let's wait and see what's going to happen there. But I believe we are having a further foot ahead of all teams in for Cody Gakpo, provided the money is there. If the money is there, obviously that endorsement will have come to happen because Cody Gakpo and Erik ten Hag are under the same management, meaning that the management won't really let him down. Now let's leave that at that. Let's go to David De Gea telling us about how terrible it was when United was beaten left, right, and center for the first 2 games of the season. He has said the following on the terrible start of the season for United. We had a new manager and new players, so we needed little time to know how the coach wanted us to play, but I think we are going in the right direction when we are winning games and playing really well. Obviously, he's right, because the time Erik ten Hag had with the team was not enough, according to me, because very many players were new, and obviously he had to mix it with the old players. If at all he was dealing with players that were available last season, it would have been easier because they would have known they would have known themselves better. But trust me, Eriksen, Lisandro Martinez never had a very good pre-season with the team because they came in late. Tyrell Malacia obviously was the first signing who was at the pre-season and obviously played very well. The other player that really came in through was Casemiro. He came in late. And the 5th player was Anthony, the last signing of United. So almost one player came in early for the preseason, and the 4 came in almost when the season has started. So that really put us in a very bad situation. Starting off that game of Brighton with Lisandro Martinez playing with Harry Maguire, I think, were they playing for the very first time together, especially in a competitive game. Then the other one was Eriksen playing with Scott McTominay almost for the second time and first in a competitive game. So you expected all that to happen because miscommunication was there, and obviously we had made big changes in the most important lines of defense, because those were the second and third line of defense, because the first line of defense is the forwards in there for you. So after all that, we recovered very well and went ahead to score goals and win games. David De Gea continued and said the start of the season was a bit tough. After that, we started playing excellent football and winning games. And that is right. We are winning in games, and obviously, if at all we win our game in hand, we are going to be at the same points with Tottenham Hotspur, 29 in the 4th spot, meaning that football, all 4 Champions League football is not far away from us. And I believe if we continue to go on and really do the needful for the club, as the players are really doing it for the club and wanting to be the first players to get United to where it was, I believe we are going to do the needful and really win lots of things. Then David De Gea summed it and said, this year we want to dictate games and want the ball. We want to play from the back and press teams, press high in the opposition half. We try to keep the ball in the opposition half, try to score goals and win games. So that is a player, David De Gea, speaking exactly like Ten Hag, because these 3 statements that he has said are the ones that Erik ten Hag embarks on most on training, and even in the game he tells them to do this. 1, playing from the back. That's why David De Gea is an improved goalkeeper. He's now a super goalkeeper, better at ball distribution from the back, and obviously making loads of decisions in there for you. And if I told you to play from the back, the goalkeeper is integral and very much pivotal. Then, press teams. If I told you to press teams and press them high up the pitch and enforce them into their area, you must be having players who are press resistant. When they get the ball, they can act in tight spaces. Secondly, you must be having defenders who are really swiftly fast, especially when it's recovery time, when you're being attacked. We have to be phenomenal in that recovery aspect. And obviously that's why Harry Maguire is out of the plans of Erik ten Hag, because he's as slow as a snail. Because when we tell me that, but Harry Maguire plays well for England, England plays a decline. They play a decline. And even the game of Senegal today, how many times did you see England play a high line? Because they know that the system really protects Harry Maguire. Even the manager of England in the post-match press conference, he was talking about Harry Maguire being solid. He said all England plays in a system that suits Maguire and really makes him look better. That's it. Now, he talked about trying to play the ball in the opposition half. That's what he wants, and the press really requires for that. Try to score and win games. And Ten Hag also told us that he's here to win every game and match of football at Manchester United, because when you're at Manchester United, that's what you are called for, only winning. After that, Wayne Rooney has come out and really spoken to the Time Sport about Marcus Rashford and has hinted out on who is responsible for his turnaround of the season. Last season, he was very poor. This season, he has scored 11 goals so far. Rooney said, what Rashford achieved during the pandemic was incredible, but I think it was maybe a bit too much for him. This season, he has been focused on the football. The goals he has scored showed he's in a different mindset. Obviously, that is it. In the pandemic, the first season under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, full season, 2019-2020, he had to score 20 goals plus. Again, in the season of 2020-2021, he scored close to 22 goals, and that is Marcus Rashford. And he went ahead, after very many years after Wayne Rooney left, to be a second player to score consistently 20 goals plus a season. That is a player who goes by names of Marcus Rashford, and he's banging in goals for fun. Even at the World Cup, he's really hitting the ground running. Rooney concluded by saying, you can see the difference in Marcus Rashford compared to last season. He's a lot more smiling. He's more direct. We saw the same change in him at Manchester United, where Erik ten Hag made a great job with him. So Rooney is attributing everything that Marcus Rashford has changed or taken him to the next level to the manager of Manchester United, that is Erik ten Hag, and obviously no other, because Rashford has been stunted for so long, and I believe if at all he had a manager who was improving him season in, season out, he would have made a very, very better player for the previous 2-3 seasons. He would have been much more changed. This season, you are seeing him scoring headers and coming in for a quick pass, not being selfish. He is trying to change into what we call a centre forward, and exactly that's what we want from him. But obviously, that's what Rooney had to say about Erik ten Hag. And the departure of Ronaldo is going to give these players more freedom to act and really take them to the next level where they are supposed to be. So guys, thank you very much for watching in. Smash the like button, comment and share, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Lower right bottom corner, there is a black button that has the word subscribe. Smash it. After smashing it, hit the notification button that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. But your reactions to Malaysia endorsing Cody Gakpo signing are welcome in the comment section below, with David De Gea coming out and telling us the reason as to why the turnaround of the season really came in and why we started the season badly. Then Wayne Rooney coming out and hailing the one and only Marcus Rashford, MBE, having 8 goals this season for Manchester United and 3 goals for England, tallying up to 11 in all the number of games that's going to hate to play for England and Manchester United this season. Let's call it a night, guys. Thank you for watching in. 3 videos today. I've put them up, though they've come in late, but tomorrow I promise you we are going to come in far much earlier to discuss lots of news that is going around Manchester United. We have a lot of stories concerning Cody Gakpo, what is happening down in Spain in the warm weather training there, Erik ten Hag with other players. And secondly, Casido price has been put up by Brighton, and it's really hefty. I don't know whether we are going to go for it, but obviously it's really a heavy and huge one. Thank you guys for watching in through. May the Almighty Lord protect you abundantly. I cover you all in the blood of Jesus Christ. See you tomorrow. When you see me, I'm out.